That'll work. Hopefully I'll find it afterwards. Okay, welcome everybody to our Team Infinity Zoom call. It's Thursday night, February 23rd, 2017. Back here with my favorite people to hang out with. Yeah. See, let's see. Now there's a 308 person calling in.
That might be Janelle calling in.
Might be Janelle.
Yep, it's me. Yep.
Okay.
Hi.
Hello.
Hey, we saw you, Janelle, on your hey, there's Woody. We saw you on your video cam, but then we couldn't hear you. So now we hear you.
Yeah, so so I got off and I just dialed in quick. So
Okay. All right. Well, it was lovely seeing your face for a moment. And if you want to come back in on the web as well, I don't know exactly how that works for you, but you could try.
Okay.
Okay. And hello, Woody. Good to see you.
Hi.
All right. So we were just getting started and welcoming everybody here to our team Zoom call. This is a 30-minute call. And we do have a guest tonight who was invited by Sue Greenwald. And her name is Janel Moore. Sue is waving vigorously. She's had to mute herself because she's in a busy location right now. But since Sue can't introduce you to us formally, Janel, could you introduce yourself? Just tell us a little bit, like where you live, what you do, in your life right now, and kind of what's attracted you to send out cards.
Sure. I live in Holdridge, Nebraska. So husband has his own business. I have my own business. I'm actually, my business partner is actually getting ready to buy me out. I own a clothing boutique. And my brother-in-law and sister-in-law, they invited me over to look at this because they know that I send out Christmas cards to about 300-400 people for my husband's business every year. So they're like, hey, you could use this. Maybe you could make money on the side. So that's what I was at a meeting with Sue, and she called and talked to me again today and told me about the meeting. So I said I would jump on and listen.
Awesome. Well, we're so glad you're here. So this is a short call that we do once a week, and we generally have a challenge from the week before, and we check in and see who did the challenge and how that went, or if anybody was challenged with the challenge. And then we might share some kind of a training tip or a presentation. Next week, Steve Gullett, he's not able to be here tonight, but he's been doing amazing work in the Lexington, Kentucky area with realtor groups and getting a lot of realtors on board, and he's going to actually demo his presentation to us next week as if we were a group of realtors. So everybody, don't miss that. You're going to want to, and if you do, it's okay because we will be recording it, but it'd be great if you're here live and you can ask Steve some questions. So we usually do a little training piece in the middle, and then we blast out with a new challenge for the week. So tonight, since this is your first time here with us, Janel, would love for everyone to be able to share a little bit about themselves, just real quick, so that we can get into the training piece. Your name, where you're located, maybe how long you've been with Send Out Cards, and what position you are, if you wish to share that, and what you love most about Send Out Cards. And I'm going to ask Tracy to go last because Tracy, it's been requested that you tell your story. And Woody, when you have your turn, if you would tell Janel just a little bit of what happened with the 250 cards, the solar energy guy, the results.
I have an addendum, sure.
Addendum. Okay, perfect. So everyone's going to want to hear the update. But this will be helpful, I think, for Janel, especially because if she's sending 250, 300, 400 Christmas cards, a secondary campaign along with that could quadruple their business probably.
Get the card. I'll be right back.
Oh, okay. Okay. So let's go ahead. Pamela, why don't you start then?
Sure. So my name is Pamela Grover. I come from Bloomington, Minnesota. It's a suburb of Minneapolis. And I've been with Send Out Cards since April of 2015. And I am a manager. And that's my story.
Mm-hmm. And what do you love most?
Oh, what do I love most about Send Out Cards? Well, I've always been a person who likes to show appreciation. And so this has just been kind of a natural fit for my personality. And I love how easy it is to use send out cards to send out a gift and card. And I love to incorporate the pictures because my business, Tustoria, I create photo books and custom cards. So this is like
Perfect.
right up my alley. And so it's just been really fun to share with businesses. I love to design cards for businesses for marketing purposes. And so it's been just a really great fit for additional income that way, and also the residual income that I get from setting up the send out cards accounts with those folks.
Perfect. Okay, I'll go next. My name is not Jean Berry. That's what it says on the screen there. Because this is Jean's Zoom account. That's how we set it up. Now I have my own account, but we all have this link, so we just continue to use Jean's, and she's not able to be here tonight. I am Tracy Monteforte. I am an executive with Send Out Cards. I've been with Send Out Cards since 2006. I've been working from home in the network marketing profession for almost 30 years, about 29 years now, somewhere between 28, 29 years. I gauge that by my son's age because he was the reason why I quit my teaching job and decided to work from home. What I love about Send Out Cards is, like Pamela, I'm a cardaholic, always have been my whole life. I send tons and tons and tons of cards. And so this has helped me to save tons of time and to create cooler cards than I've ever done in my entire life. So I tell my husband it's my art. A lot of my friends are musicians or painters or all kinds of, artistic people in my life. And I don't have one of those skills honed in, but I love to make really creative cards. So, what I love the most about Send Out Cards is the team that we have all built here together, getting together like this, being able, yes, Tracy, I can't do it as good as you, being able to have a thriving business that you can build 100% pretty much from home, if that's the way you choose to do it, because of all the cool tools we have on the internet now to get together and present right over Zoom like this. Okay, so Woody, you want to go next, and then we'll have Tracy do her story.
I got into Send Out Cards as a customer because like you were saying, Janelle, you send over hundreds of cards every year, and one year just we had a mess, and we dropped our pens and like that's it. Then my friend told me about Send Out Cards, so we used it for a couple of years, and we began to share it, and we started getting some checks, and I thought, it's time to retire. I should look into this. So I looked into it and began to really promote it as a business, and became a manager, and I'm working towards senior manager as fast as I can, and just having a ball with it. I'm creative too. We all are creative on this team. It's so wonderful. We can all just shoot these ideas across to each other. We get it. You don't have to think about it. I love the creativity that happens. And it's a lot of fun, and I enjoy, I think you'll find this out, Janelle, is that it's I'm really giving. You'll find yourself really giving when you're using Send Out Cards, because you're passing along in love and business and promotions, and you're keeping the personal connection together with this tool. So, and about the Solar Max, a friend of mine at BNI decided to send out a card campaign to all his referrals, and he sent about 250 cards. And a couple of weeks ago, he told me he got about $100,000 worth of probably business coming in, which is a lot. So automatically, 6 or 7 sales guys around him jumped on. We all had to send them all out. And just the other day, I came home and Mary said, "You just missed it." Mary's my line. "You just missed Gary on this famous show in LA. Got a send out card that looked like that." And he held it up to the radio microphone and said, "This is the coolest company in the world. They sent me a card." And that's the effect and that was one of the cards that I made that sent out. And that's the effect that our company has. It's just big. So welcome aboard.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Woody. Good job. Okay, let's see. Sharon, I don't know if you want to take a turn. We're just introducing ourselves, where we live, and how long we've been with Send Out Cards, position if you like, and what you love most. So Sharon's on mute, so I'm not sure if she wants to share that.
I'm here now.
I see that, Sue. Okay, awesome. Okay, Sharon. Okay, Sharon, did you want to share?
Yes, I'm off mute now.
Okay.
I joined initially because I had a company. We bought it we were using it strictly to send birthday cards and holiday cards and something in between. And circumstances changed. We closed that business, so now I'm a manager and working my way to senior manager.
Awesome. Thank you, Sharon. What do you love most?
The way it makes what people feel when you send the card, and then when they call you, you feel good too.
There you go. Perfect. Okay, Sue, well, I know that Janelle knows you and we all know you, but if you want to say anything else, what you love most?
I was just going to say a little thing about I'll get to that. Our challenge. I did our challenge. But Sue Greenwald from Kearney, retired pediatrician. And what I love about send out cards is that there's no such thing as a cold market. If I want to do business with someone, no matter what kind of business I want to do with them, I send them a card or a card and brownies, and they're a warm market.
That's a good, I like that.
Yeah.
Thanks, Sue.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a way into everybody's heart through a box of brownies, right?
No lie, that is the best currency there is.
Or sea salt caramels.
That too. Yeah. Last night I ate a chocolate caramel too. My husband put some in the freezer. It's like, what? Those are good. When they kind of thaw out slowly in your mouth, you got to try it. Okay. Hey, we'll all share after we do this part. Let's share about the challenge next week. So let me go up to Tracy. And Tracy, we've asked you to take a little extra time tonight and tell your story.
Okay. So Janelle, I am Traci Runge, and my husband owns ProTint in Kearney. We have 6 kids. Some are grown and out of the house, and some are still left at home. But for most of our lives, I stayed home and raised the kids, and he ran our window tinting business. And when we were first introduced to send out cards, it was January 28th of 2010. And in 2008, we had built a new home out in the country. And in 2009, fall of 2009, about September, the slow ag economy had finally caught up with us here in Kearney. And we started to feel it at our window tinting business. And our sales dropped to about a third of what we were used to. So we had built a new home, and we had children in private school, one about to get ready to go off to college in a year. And our income was 30% of what it had been. And someone asked us if we were staying in touch with our clients. And I said, we really don't. We use paper receipts. We don't really stay in touch with them. And she said, what if I could show you a really simple, cost-effective way of how you could stay in touch with your clients? And I thought, well, that would be fantastic. So she went ahead and came over and showed us send out cards. And before she had come over that night, we had started in September of 2009 with the really slow sales, and that continued for October and November and December and then on into January. And we were towards the end of January, and I had, before she came over for our appointment, I had gone online and transferred all but the last $1,000 from our savings account to our checking account. And it about killed me. I was really stressed out, and I literally sat down on the stairs. I was going downstairs to put a load of laundry in before our meeting. And I sat down on the stairs and I just started crying because I didn't know what our family was going to do. I didn't know how to make our company better. I didn't know when the economy was going to pick back up. But I sat down on the stairs and I just prayed and asked God to show me a way that I could help my family financially. So I went downstairs and put the laundry in, and I came back upstairs, and then my friend came over to show us the system. And when she showed us the system, it made sense to me how we could benefit from it for our business. But we didn't know when she offered to show it to us that there was a business opportunity tied to it. And immediately we knew that this was something I needed to do on the side to help my family. And my husband literally just said, this is exactly what my wife's been praying for. And so we got started the very next day. And the way I started was I just started using it for ProTint. And we really had no budget to be sending out cards to our clients because sales were horrible. And, we didn't have any extra money, but I thought this is something I have to do. And so I started with a simple 2-card thank you campaign. I sent a thank you card and I followed it up with a postcard coupon. And by March, I had already brought people into the business without even trying, other business owners who saw us using the system and wanted to do the same. So immediately had already paid us back for getting started. And by April, our sales were up 25%. And I don't mean 25% over the 1/3 that we were doing. I mean, we regained all of that. We're back up to what we had been and had increased another 25%. So it was immediate impact. And now here we are a little over 7 years later. And I was figuring it out today. And I always say that we do 3 times what we used to do in sales. I figured it out today, and it's more closer to 5 times what we used to do in sales.
Wow.
So, yeah. And we actually got to a point where for a while, we had to hire help. My husband asked me to stop sending cards and brownies to people. And
too much love.
Yeah, and we're actually at that point again. We had our full-time employee quit. And for a while, our grown son was working for us, but then school started back up again and he left and went back to college. So we are back to, it's just the 2 of us running the business. And my husband literally asked me yesterday if I would come work with him for a few weeks just to take the edge off because he's so busy. And so I will tell you, this system not only works for growing a business, but it works for a business itself. So, yeah, that's my story.
Multiple streams of income and lots of love and brownies going out. Tracy, thank you so much for sharing your story. We finally got it on tape.
Yay!
Tricked her into it. I'm not. Tricky. Yes, awesome. Fantastic story. So, you're frozen, Tracy, but
Yeah.
Okay, there you are. All right, let me go back to the gallery view here. Okay, wonderful. I have a decision to make, and that is we've got 9 minutes left, and that's not enough time for me to do my presentation that I was going to do tonight. So we need to decide whether you want me to shelf that and do it another time so we end on time, or if I will do it. But let's go this next little round first. Sue wanted to share what happened with the challenge from last week. So to remind everyone, or if you weren't here, and here's the thing about challenges. If you didn't do it, that doesn't mean you're off the hook. That means these challenges just keep kind of piling up on you. So write them down, have a little list, and each week, challenge yourself. And maybe you'll have to do 2 of them in a week just to kind of catch up, because these are for your own good, right? They're to help you grow your business. That's what it's all about. So the challenge last week was to do a kind of a outside the box kind of an idea. We talked about what's the best way to get referrals, and the answer was to give some.
Give some.
Yeah. So who could you reach out to that you could say, I'd like to give some referrals to you. Are you taking new business? And then what you do is I'll let Sue tell what she did, okay? Because there's a lot of different ways to go about it. So let's hear what Sue did.
Well, I sort of accidentally met the challenge because I was showing the business to 4 ladies representing 2 businesses. One of them is called Task Lighting, and they do lighting and indoor and outdoor lighting. And the other one is called Artistic Cabinetry, and they do kitchens and kitchen design. And they share a building, so I showed it to all of them at the same time. And I wanted to show them what we could do with custom branding, so I went to my canva.com and showed them the custom branding I had done. And one of the cards that I had done was Trent Fuger's Trent's Electric, which, Janelle, Trent's your brother, right?
What's that?
Is Trent your brother?
No, brother-in-law.
Brother-in-law. Okay. So anyway, and Trent's card was there, and they said, well, and I said, well, this is an electrician in Holdridge, and they all both looked at me and said, we've been looking for an electrician in Holdridge, and so I said, great, I'll make sure you get hooked up, and we finished the
No pun intended.
presentation, and I've sent follow-up cards, and we're in the process of doing follow-up calls, but then I found I found the information for those two businesses and emailed them to Trent and said, Trent, please send a card to these ladies. They're interested in working with you. And then I sent Trent's information to the ladies. So cards are going all around and everybody's going to get the hookup.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
Excellent. Did anybody else take the challenge on? Okay, Woody, what'd you do?
Well, I was slammed until I was coming home on the freeway, and I remembered at the last minute, dang, nabbit, it's Thursday. I didn't do the challenge. Okay, we got to do it. Just like homework back in college and high school, or a gig, I practiced really fast. And, so I couldn't think of what to do, and then I remembered the bicycle shop. So I called the guys down there, and I said, look, man, I'm going to send out some cards. What do you want me to say? And they go, what? I said, okay, I'll slow down. I explained to him what it was, and he said, you're going to do that? And I said, yeah, what do you got coming up? So they have a big truck sale coming up. So I'm sending 10 cards to people that I want to look at, send out cards. They already know I bicycle. I do videos every, twice a week. So it's going to be good. And I've got it sitting right there. That's what I'm working on. So it'll go out tonight before midnight. So I did it.
So you did it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Way to go. Excellent. And that's great too. You called them up, what do you want me to say in the card? They're like, what are you talking about?
Exactly. Yeah. What is this? Yeah, don't worry about it. I'll send you one. Just tell me what you need.
Yeah, create that curiosity. That's good. I love it. Okay. Anybody else do one or want to share?
I have not completed mine yet, but I did start it.
Mhm.
I reached out to the president of the chamber, because the Chamber of Commerce here, one of my distributors. So I reached out to them and asked them what businesses would they like an introduction to or a referral to. And so they're making me a list. And then I am going to send a card introducing them to the chamber. We have a new president of the chamber. And so there's a lot of people in town that he doesn't know yet. And so basically I told him, who would you like me to introduce you to? And I will reach out to those people and make the introduction. So
Excellent. Excellent.
That's going to lead to a lot of business for you too. So that's awesome.
It will. Totally. Absolutely. I love the way you're thinking. Like, go to the
I feel
top.
that, Tracy.
What was that?
I'll do 2 of these. This is
Wanna copy
great. I love it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. I like that. All right. Elevating the thinking. Anybody else? Okay, well, I'm with you, Tracy. I started and didn't complete. I was out of town with family, totally focused on my grandbaby and my parents and all that. So that's my big excuse. But I reached out to my CPA and asked her if she was accepting new clients, because I know that she's really busy. Sometimes people like, Tracy over there, sometimes say, no, we're new clients right now. But she said, yes, they are accepting new clients. So I have to go the next step now and find out what she would want me to put in the card, and if she wants me to offer anything, or I'm just going to tell my people my testimonial, because she's phenomenal. And not only for me, but also for a family member of mine that she just bent over backwards for and saved tens of thousands of dollars. So she's somebody you want on your team. And that's what I'll do. And I made my list of the people in my community that I will send those to. Because that was the next part. It was like, oh my gosh, we talked about 10, right? Do I have 10 people that I think, would have a business or something big enough to need someone like her? So that's where I am with it, to be reported on. So it is 3 minutes before the end of our Zoom. I think I'm going to shelf my training for a later time. And what I had planned for tonight, and I love what we did. This was great. Everybody contributed. I hope that it was meaningful for you as our guest tonight, Janel, to pick up what we're so excited about and what everybody's doing. Do you have any questions for anybody here?
I don't think so. I mean, Sue and I had a long conversation today. We went over several of the questions. So as of right now, I can't think of anything.
Well, you know what? You could not be in better hands than with Sue. I mean, since she's retired from being a pediatrician, this is her new baby. I mean, she is just
Literally.
literally, you know, it's like she is nurturing this baby all along, and definitely getting results. I mean, consistent results every single week. When Sue shows up on this Zoom, she is one of the ones who always has a story to tell, a success story to tell, something that's moved her business forward in a tremendous way and helping tons and tons of people. And then, of course, you have on the team Tracy with Sue, and so you got the dynamic duo there. You are in the best place you could possibly be. And we love getting together all around the country. A lot of times we have more of our team that are here. We had several who weren't able to make it tonight, so you're going to learn a lot. We invite you to tune in with us every Thursday. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. And so let's do this. So what I was going to be training on tonight was how to present the plans and packages to someone who's looking at send out cards as coming on as a distributor. And just to show you real quick what I use as a tool, because I do most of my business building right here at home, and so I get together with people either on a Zoom like this where I can share my screen, or I might have them at their computer, I'm at my computer, and I have them navigate to where I'm going to show you right now on their computer, and then I just walk them through it. So I'll show you real quick, and I'm not going to go through the presentation, but just the tool, and you guys probably all know about it, except for perhaps Janelle. But let me share my screen real quick. Let me get the right place up. Okay, and share the screen, desktop. Share screen, there we go. Okay, you should be able to see my Send Out Cards website. And so all I do is I go up to the main menu, and I go to the company tab up there in that gray bar. And then under Contact Us, I go to the Download section. Now, if you guys haven't checked out the Download section in a while, you might want to do that. You'll find all kinds of really helpful things in here, and everything's alphabetized. So what I want to do is I want to go straight to Plans and Packages. I just click on that. Now, if you're meeting with someone in person, you can just have this printed up if you want, or unless you've got your laptop with you or your iPad or whatever you're using for presentation. But I find this just really simple because it shows the basics of how to become a distributor and the different choices. And then it also shows how we pay out. So when I do my presentation, which I'm not going to do right now, but I completely focus on getting them in as the distributor for the $50, the preferred monthly package, and a marketing bundle, because that is going to set them up to be the most successful. Because what we do duplicates, and also because they're going to have all of the coolest tools that they could possibly have, everything that you need to be successful in this business by having that marketing bundle. And then I just simply go through the commissions that they would earn when other people duplicate what they did, which is getting a marketing bundle. And I show them how to get their money back right away. They can choose to get their money back in 3 days, or the first week, or the first month, whatever they want to choose to do. And we're going to help them do it. And then I only go through the residual income part. And a lot of people have to kind of learn this whole idea of levels in network marketing. So I'll spend a little bit of time on that. And then tell them this is the tip of the iceberg, because once you advance, you get paid through infinity and a whole lot more percentages. And that's about it. I just did it in a nutshell. But I'll take more time on a future call to go through exactly how I do it. But this is a helpful little tool, makes it super, super simple. Take it along with you as 2 pieces of paper that you can even leave with them with your recommendations circled on there. Or, they're going to get started with you right on the spot. And like Sue says, is there any reason why you wouldn't want to go ahead and do that right now? I love that. It's awesome. Okay, so that was a real quick little where to go find that. Under the downloads, under company downloads. Okay, so new challenge, and then we're out of here. The new challenge. Oh, I also wanted to reply to something you said, Tracy. I wrote myself a little note here and I forgot. You know what people say all the time in business is, business is slow right now. I can't really afford to do that. And you really showed the wisdom of a very savvy business person by saying, this is exactly the time that we need to do this. And I remember learning this when I was in college in a marketing class, that the time that you need to do marketing is when business is the slowest. It doesn't mean you stop when it's good, but to try to wait and say, oh, we'll do that piece when it's better is like the first start of your spiral to putting that out of business sign on your door. So you have to get creative and find the ways to be able to do those extra little touches showing appreciation. When business is slow is the best time. It means that you really need to do this right now. Find a way to make it happen. So cut back somewhere else. Don't cut back on this. All right, good stuff. Okay, the new challenge. Oh, shoot, I have to change it.
Why?
Well, because it tied in with me doing that presentation.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So it tied in, and I don't want to send you off to do it when, I mean, you guys all know how to do it, but I'd rather tie that challenge in. So let's see, I had a different one. And now I forgot what it was. Well, you guys can do it anyway, okay? Here's the challenge, is to show those plans and packages using that tool under the downloads to at least one person this week, okay? And even if you have to borrow someone, not a family member, really, somebody else, like somebody that might actually end up being a customer, if it's just a friend or whatever, and say, hey, this is an assignment I was given. I need to practice this. Can I practice this on you?
Can I ask
showing
a quick question?
packages. So however you show it, just practice again. Let's do that. Unless you guys can come up with a better challenge really quick. I had a different one in my mind and I didn't write it down. So yeah, you had something to say, Woody?
I have a question on residual income, the bottom square on the right. It says monthly commission 2%, and then it says monthly residual is $7.44 on a preferred customer.
It's talking about if every distributor had their 3 preferred customers,
Yeah.
then that's what that would add up to. That's what your commissions would add up to.
Okay. So it's still 2% then.
It's 2% comes out to that. If you had 3 distributors who had their 3 customers.
Okay.
So it's not a lot, you know, and when you look at it in the beginning, it's not a lot, but it's the whole duplication that sets in. Okay, you guys, you know what? I don't want to make that be the challenge. I want to save that for when I actually go through and do this, so I can say go do it like utilizing this tool when it's been better explained. So, what do you guys think? What would you like to do for a challenge? What do you think we should do?
I have an idea. Why don't we have a challenge to add 5 people to our funnel this week and send cards to them?
Okay, so when you say add them to your funnel, do you mean actually pick up the phone and call them, or add them by sending a card, or a combination?
I always send a card. I send a card and put them on my list, and then I don't call them till the following week when they receive the card. But that'll make me send 5 cards to people I haven't contacted yet.
Okay. Okay, great.
Very
So,
nice.
and if you didn't do the referral challenge yet, do the referral challenge and send 5 cards to 5 new people that haven't gotten a card from you yet. Now, Sue, when you send those cards to those new people that you're going to then be following up with, are they just generic, I'm thinking of you card, or do you actually gear it around the business?
I don't mention the business specifically. I try to do it specific to them. So I usually try to put their picture, their logo, something from their website on the card, and, you know, mention something that looks interesting, or your picture, your website. Your website's really awesome. I love how you guys have your photos on your website. You know, something that's an honest observation. And if I've met them, then I send a nice to meet you card. And if I haven't met them, but I know somebody who knows them, I'll mention that person. So any connection I can make, just as if you were going to run into them at a cocktail party and you wanted to make a connection, what would you say?
Okay, so then when you follow up the next week, how do you transition into that conversation?
I would just call them and say, did you receive my card? And they'd say yes. And I'll say, well, how did it make you feel? What did you like best about it? I don't say, do you like it? I always say, what did you like best about it? And, get them talking a little bit about how they felt when they got it. And then I said, I use those cards for personal connections, but I also use them for business. And they're very effective because they make my customers feel good. Would you like me to show you how I do that? And, if they say, no, I got to run, which 4 out of 5 will say, mine. And then the one will say, well, yeah, I kind of would like to know how you did that.
And if they've got to run, do you see if there'd be a better time, or do you just let them run?
It depends. I mean, you can tell when people just want to get off the phone,
Yeah.
But if they just really don't have time to talk, then I'll, just like any other time, try to make an appointment to talk with them again. But sometimes people just want off the phone and don't want to hear about it. But that.
Oh, you froze up there a little bit. Okay, great. I think we got it. Be creative. Think about the business that you're sending it to, and how you might customize that for them.
Depending on the person, depending on my connection, I usually try to send cards to someone who, if I don't have a direct connection with them, at least I know somebody has a connection with them that I can mention.
Well, that's good. Yeah. So so-and-so was telling me about your business. I ended up on your website. This is cool. I wanted, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. I like that. Okay. So that's the challenge. 5 cards this coming up week. And then that's kind of like what we did the last 2 weeks. We did the 5 cards and then the follow-up. So we're getting in the habit. I love it. Thanks for bringing that back up. Okay, you guys, make sure you tell everybody next week Steve's going to be here presenting to us as if we're a group of realtors. So we don't want to miss that because he's mastered that. He's got that down.
I totally want to see that.
Yep. All right. Love you guys.
Love you.
Yes. See you next week.
Love you. Bye. Peace out.
Peace out.
Thanks for joining us, Janelle.
Yeah, thank you, Janelle.
Yep, thanks. Thank you.
Okay. Good night. Welcome to the team.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.